Hey, this is Richard Smith, Apostolic Praise. In this lesson, we're going to be giving you a brief introduction to the organ. So this is actually the body of the organ. This is actually where you will be playing. And this is the Leslie. It's basically the speaker, if you will, where all of the sound comes out. And typically you want to have a mic mic'd above and also a mic mic'd beneath to catch the sound. And also you have the foot pedals here. This is the footboard where you basically will play your bass notes. Okay. And this is actually the tremolo right here. So this is where you're going to get the vibrato sound. And we'll go over more about what that means here in just a minute. Okay, now we're going to show you how to actually turn the organ on. So this is really important to do because if you don't do this correctly, you could actually end up tearing the motor up in your organ. You could actually end up destroying it. Very important to get this most important step. So first of all, you want to hold down the start button for at least 10 seconds, preferably 15 seconds. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can hear it starting, the engine going. Next, you want to keep holding the start button down and also hit the run button. That actually turns it on. Hold it for 5 more, hold the start button for 5 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it go. Okay, now you'll notice when I actually try to play it, there's no sound coming out yet. That's completely normal. It'll take a minute for it to warm up, just like a car. The organ has an engine and it has to run. It has to warm up before you can play it. All right, so the other reason it won't play is because I don't have any drawbars pulled out yet. So let's go ahead and get into drawbars. These are actually drawbars right here. And each one of them creates a different sound. That's the awesome thing about the organ, is you have tons of different sounds that you can create with these drawbars. Now the way that it works, you can see there are 4 sets of drawbars on here, okay? They start with 2 black, and there's, 2 brown, and there's 2 white, black, white, 2 black, and a white. So that's the first section. Then you've got another section. The 2 in the middle are for the bass pedals, okay? So, okay, usually we just pull out the first one to get that really deep bass sound. Pull out the second one, it gives it more of a high-pitched sound as well. You've got the 3rd set of drawbars, and then you've got the 4th set of drawbars. Now the way these work is typically, your typical setting is going to be like this, where you pull out the first 4, and then you pull out the last one. That's a really great setting for just church sound. All right, just has a really good sound, really popular jazzy sound. And you don't have to put this one out. It has a different sound if you don't do that. Okay, now on your organ, the way it will work, same as on mine, on this left side over here, you'll notice some of these keys are black and white, opposite of how they are from the regular keyboard. So the way this works, this B flat right here, this is a B flat note. This B flat corresponds to this set of drawbars right here, to the immediate right of the 2 black bass pedal drawbars. And so you have to have this B flat pushed down in order to make the adjustments, the sound adjustments with these drawbars. If you have the B pushed down, it'll actually be the sound for these drawbars. So you would adjust it, and the sound would adjust based on what you did here because you have the B note pushed down. Okay, so that's how these 2 sets of drawbars work. Those are typically what we use on the lower register. Those are the only ones you can actually use for the lower register. On the top, it's the same concept. So you hold this B flat note down, it'll hold down by itself, and that will adjust these drawbars. Okay, when you change to the B, it's for these drawbars, to the immediate left of the bass pedals. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and set this to a nice bass setting. I'm going to go ahead and pull them all out for the 2nd set here. So basically, like I said, when we're playing, we will typically use the first 4 and then the white one. That works really good, especially for praise songs, okay? So let's get some bass here. So you can hear it's a really nice, just clean, back up the preacher sound. Now, as far as for slower songs, what we typically will do is we will just use either just the white ones, maybe in a nice setting like that where the first white one's pulled all the way out and then the second white one is partially pulled out. Okay, but what I like to do, that's just what a lot of organists do. That may sound great on your organ. What I like to do is actually pull out the first black one and the first white one, and then pull out the second black one and the second white one just partially. Maybe push it back a little bit, and you kind of just get it to where it sounds good. And that has a really nice kind of just mellow sound. You can pull out the other ones as desired. You hear the last one has a real shiny sound, so you really want to be careful pulling that out. Don't pull that out till the song's really up and going. So that's kind of how we use it for the slower songs, the worship songs. Now in faster songs, we may start out like this on the jazzier sound, the jazzier setting, but we may quickly start pulling these out, you know, as the song gets more and more progressed, you know. He healed my body, he touched my mind, he saved me, just in time, I'm gonna praise his name. You can hear the difference in the sound now. It has a really full church sound because you've got them all pulled out. You can even shove the first two brown ones, I'm colorblind, forward a little bit, and that will actually give it an even better sound. So that's kind of how that works. That's really about it in a nutshell. The only other thing I'll mention to you is the vibrato or the tremolo here. Really, really important. This is what will make you sound good. And of course, we'll get into some theory and some notes here and everything. But this is actually what will make you sound good. You don't just want to leave it on the slow sound. And by slow sound, I mean you hear how it's really slow, it's more to the left. When we turn it to the right, hear how the Leslie actually speeds up. And what that actually is doing is it causes the Leslie behind me, the speaker, to speed up when you go to the right. So the left side is slow, right side is fast. Typically how this works in fast songs, we tend to go back and forth the whole song. But in fast songs, we tend to do more of the fast whirl. I don't know what else to call it, the fast whirly. All right. In slow songs, we tend to do a lot more of the slow whirl, and then in certain parts, we'll speed up. Kind of alternating it. Okay, so that's basically how that works right there. We'll go over also the buttons here really quickly. So this particular organ, we have it set at a C3 setting. Each one of these different ways you turn the knob will give you a different sound. Okay, but we like the C3 setting. You can do it normal or soft. Soft will make it softer. Normal will make it louder. You've got the vibrato swell, vibrato grate. We don't tend to use those very much, but basically how they work is they will just adjust the tremolo a little bit in the sound. Okay, so basically the way the percussion works, you typically won't use this a whole lot. Mainly jazz musicians will use it, and then of course when you want a really just different sound for maybe a solo or improvisation or something, which we don't do a ton of, at least at our church. Sometimes we do when we're just fooling around. But basically, the way it works, if you put the camera over here, we actually have to hold down. It only works on the B setting. Okay, you can't do it on the B flat setting. So on the B setting, this will actually allow you to adjust the percussion. So now we've hit the B setting, and of course we're going to have to adjust our drawbars for the B setting right here. Okay, so once we've got that adjusted, let's listen to how it sounds. Just normal jazz setting. Now we're going to turn the percussion on. Okay, you can tell it's just a very, very minute difference in sound. And you can make the percussion volume normal or soft. You can do it fast or slow on the DK. Also make the harmonics second or third. It's just a different sound. Like I said, you won't use it very much, so I would not fret about that too much. When you get to become a really advanced musician, that's something maybe you could worry about there. Okay, so this is pretty much the end of the introduction for the organ. We're going to actually get into some theory here in just a second. The last thing I will point out to you is that the volume pedal is actually down here, and that's what we adjust with our right foot. And that, you may not be able to see it because it's a little dark under there, but it's just a little pedal that you push forward or backward. And basically what it will do is it will actually adjust the volume for you. So if you want to get soft, you put it all the way down. If you want to get louder, you push it up, okay? Just a real simple movement, and that's basically how it works. We'll put a picture of it actually up on the screen so you can see it with a little bit more detail. All right, God bless. We'll see you back here for your next lesson.